What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we are here at the Nerd Castle with another episode of Shadowrun Dragonfall. In the previous playthrough, we had done a number of things. We had busted into a pharmaceutical clinic, and we've pretty much been cleaning house, although it feels sort of like an anime in the respect that, like, we look kind of lame, but everybody we're killing looks way more awesome than us, so it's definitely got that bad guys look better syndrome going on, and it's making me sad. It's definitely bringing my spirits down a few notches. That's how I measure my spirit, by notches. I don't know if a spirit needs a notch in order to get a hold of you, but my spirit is definitely dictated by notches. Now, if there's any weird control issues today, it's because I have swapped to a new keyboard. I got myself, I think it was called a Corsair K70. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. Little tiny keyboard, but not the point of this video. I'm gonna stand off to the side to open the door because I'm terrified of things shooting me in the face. As we should be. In Shadowrun, I think there are worse things that you can be afraid of, but at the same time, a totally justifiable thing to be afraid of. What's going on over here? The body on this operating table has been torn to pieces. The dual arms of an auto surgeon are the obvious culprits. Evil robots. Evil and dark. Those saws are looking awfully aggressive for, like, the... well, he is chopped into little bits. I mean, he's definitely found himself... he doesn't have a leg to stand on, that's for sure. And he's definitely been disarmed. Now that we've got the terrible dismemberment puns out of the way, this door is closed. Dreck, what happened in there? Well, I think it's fairly obvious. There's buzzsaws and there's a guy chopped into a bunch of pieces. It doesn't take, like, amazing deduction there, Mr. Holmes. Home slice. Let's open the door up. And we've got ourselves a few more... ooh, God, this room is pretty stacked up. So we've got a conjurer. We've got a couple security drones. And we've got knight-errant guards. Now, with where we are situated, I do like the fact that we're already at a range where the sniper rifle is going to be doing us a lot of benefits. So I think what I'll do with this first round is who can fire at him? Lots of people. So I'm going to pull him off to the side of the doorway, since we don't have a lot of other options. And then now that he's off to the side of the door, what I would prefer to do is let's go ahead and drop down some air barriers right there, because we're going to be fighting this entire battle from behind all of these boxes. I'm now going to have Blitz maybe run back behind there because I don't want him getting shot at too early. We'll put Glorian back here. And let's duck her behind cover. And she's going to take a shot at somebody. I don't know who she should take a shot at. Probably the Conjurer would be the one that I would really sort of wager needs to go away right now. And so 16 damage to the Conjurer. And we'll keep working her in just a little bit. Now, in the case of Glory, we want to proc, or we want to click. It's not a proc. It's not randomly occurring. I am causing it to occur. I am the decider. And so she will use her Adrenal Pump to give her an extra AP. And I think for now, I mean, we might as well take a random shot at somebody. I don't see any reason not to, unless that's out of range. I can't tell if that's going to move her out. Okay, good. Oh, she made the shot. Nice. Well, I won't turn it down. I definitely won't argue about it. Maybe have him do the same thing. Maybe you'll land something. I mean, with a couple of bullets, you might land a shot. And keep them away from the elevator. What's going on in the elevator? Sounds like fun things are going on in the elevator. What do you have? Is it a PlayStation? If you had a oh, I thought you had a rocket launcher for a second because his shoulder pad looked bigger. I was about like, oh my God, Panzer Shrek. This is about to get super, super nasty. I didn't know we were gambling with rocket launchers here. I don't want to play anymore. You guys win. I'm not even going to participate. 3 toes, sir. Take your toeless self and cast... oh, I guess we'll put it on Iger. So we have 2 guys with 3, or 2 ladies with 3. And so now I'd like... we're going to have to swap out. We don't have the guns that I would prefer right now, so I'm going to swap out to the Shoddy. We'll put some rounds on maybe this guy. So there's 12 damage right there. She's got 3 AP, so this could be a nice little... really? Like a 90 and a 75% both missed? That seems really unlikely to me, but whatever. Gambler's Fallacy. The Gambler's Fallacy. My old nemesis. So we got a guy down right there. And it's probably going to be in our best interest to wipe out this Conjurer on the next turn. First shot that we're going to take is going to be a Burst Fire. Did that shot go up in the air? How did you screw that up? I mean, you got your vector completely... it's not even in the right direction. 11 damage with a crit right there. And cross your fingers. Oh, no such luck. I'll take it, though. Whatever. We've almost... I mean, we're making pretty good runs. Oh, he got himself shot. That sucks. I don't like being shot. He managed to miss, which is good. My flame spiny friend. That's what I would name him. I would name him Flame Spine because it sounds badass. It's like one of those throwaway fantasy names that you just kind of use for a dragon or something. shotguns away, 3 AP to play with, so kill maybe? Oh, we're out of ammunition. Come on now, there it is. Let's bring this thing home. There's no reason not to. I mean, they don't smell. She's obviously been showering, so bring her on home. We'll step by the door there, and then we'll also throw a heal on ourselves to make sure that we're not catching any cumulative damage. And since Blitz can take a couple shots, I'm going to have him do it. He managed to miss a lot, but oh well. Fire some deep rounds. The results are as expected, out of 33%. We definitely met the statistical quota right there. We've got reinforcements coming in. So I think now may be the time to advance. I'm going to move her up, and we're going to take ground for once. Three-toe. Not a lot of options here that I'm liking the look of. I mean, the nice thing about Iger is that we can just snipe from way deep in the backfield with her to do all kinds of damage. So let's guarantee the shot there. So he's now down. He didn't make it out of the hallway. He is completely and totally a deadsies. I'm going to move her up pretty aggressively. With our resident mage, I wish that went in one more. I really, really do. Let's move Blitz first. Blitz can't make it very far, and he's got to reload. Let's see what happens here. We can fish. I guess not. We can't fish. We are lineless. I'm going to do something a little bit risky here. Oh, God. The ability of our characters to aim is really starting to disappoint me. Like, all these 80% shots. Like, I don't want to claim shenanigans, but that's like, what, the 7th or 8th 80 to 90% shot that we've missed, like, in a row almost? It's bad. It's really bad. Get the hell out of here. I don't love you. Everyone hates you. The world is falling down upon you, and you disgust me with your general presence, sir. I don't know your anatomy. You may not be a Sir Robot. I don't know. Nice and up close. We're going to take some jabs at them. Three Toes injured. Oh, never mind. She's injured. Let's get the 20 health back because that was a nasty crit to take. I don't think anybody else is going to survive the turn, so I'm not totally stressed about our positioning right now. I don't know why he managed to do that. That was probably a bad choice on his part, but he decided, I mean, this is who I would go after right now. Guess we'll just take some shotgun shells to the chest. And we can't heal back to back. So instead, what I shall consider doing... Let's get into the action here. I'm going to have him fight as a normal combatant for now. We'll put... God. All these misses... It slows down the combat. I don't like games where there's a lot of missing. It really, in a turn-based game, I feel as though you should absolutely, as a developer, think about limiting the amount of misses because missing is just, it slows the game down. That's the problem for me. Like, this right here is just not acceptable. How many 80% shots is that in a row that have missed? You know, we've got to be up into the 1 in 64, 1 in, 128. I mean, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And yet we make the 45% shot. Who knows? I don't know anymore. I do not know anymore. I'm just going to fall back on the fact that the gambler's fallacy is just infecting me like a nasty plague, like a venereal disease. And there we go. There's the hit that I've been fishing for the entire game. I'm going to have him reload so I don't have to worry about it in the next turn. And is that going to be our last combatant? Who else is... Oh, we've got those turrets. Okay, so we've got to think about how we want to deal with them. I forgot about those big ol' 30mm, 20mm looking dudes. So let's situate. I'm gonna make sure she's reloaded on every firearm. And we're gonna act as the resident buff bot here for just a second. So let's get her healed up. And we're just gonna bypass an entire turn. Ooh, Alpha Team. Okay, so we've lost control of the situation. That's a little weird. Okay, well, yeah, you have... Well, I guess it's not weird. They've lost control of the situation for surezies. Let's get all of our buffs running. Having lost control of the situation, let's move her into cover. That's going to get her far enough away to where she can put 2 rounds on the auto turret, which I think is probably a just cause. So 24 damage done right there, especially since they've got a lot of HP going on. They got a Grenadier right there, which leads me to believe we should probably spread out a tad. No hits from the autocannons. The big guns that they've been trying to drop on us are no longer a concern. So what do I... 99%? Yeah, let's take it. Don't run up on me. You will get taken out, my friend. You will get hoolied. And on this side, I think what I want is the shoddy from her as well. He's got a lot of armor, I guess. He's not going... Oh, he's... yay, she's got 3 AP. I thought that was over already. Good. Well, then I'm going to leave this guy to blitz. And he got a double hit right there, even though he had a pretty low hit chance. She's got to reload, but with her 3 AP, she should still be able to take this guy out. He should still get slagged. There we go. So now that he's down, let's put some rounds downfield and see if we can't get rid of these autocannons. Because they scare me. They're big and they're terrifying and they have little claw feet. Anything with a little... I've watched Gundam. I know what front mission looks like. Anything with little claw feet is automated. It'll walk around and be like, baguzga, 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 and then get all up in your face and take you out. I'm not okay with that. And once again, we have a super awesome point that is right smack in the middle of fire, and they're just trying to tempt me. I'm gonna have him advance. Well, all of his shots are burst fire anyways, so it's okay if he has a little bit less accuracy. I'm going to put her in position since she's still operating underneath the confines of haste. Or underneath the boundaries, the domicile of haste. 3-toe I don't want to send out just yet. She's still got 3 AP, so I'm going to move her up slightly because her accuracy is kind of bad at that range. And hope for a crit. Nope, no such thing. Not going to be able to end this with him, so we may as well leave him back. Another miss. So I'm going to put one more downrange, and that should be it for us. Good, fantastic. So that fight wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, although they are doing really, really well at rallying all of their reinforcements. It seems like every single fight that we have here ends up with a bunch more dudes showing up. So our door is right there. We don't have any doors down here. We do have something we can look at right here, so let's check out this panel. I would absolutely 100% swear that this panel was lit up just a moment ago. Did they implement a lockdown or something? Who knows? This did have a hand over it though, if I'm not mistaken. It must have been one of those things you can only activate during the combat, and once that final group of reinforcements comes through, maybe it locks you out? Oh well. Let's go ahead and let's head down to the southwest, and we're going to check out our objective here. And a room full of battered and beaten corpses. A pile of corpses. The bodies are all dressed in high-quality ballistic armor. It's better than we got. How did they get taken out? We must just have better skills to pay the bills, because if they're better geared than we are, they got all kinds of armor and stuff. We don't have any armor. We're just coming in here nude. Too late, they're here. Fast response team inbound. Hold the reinforcements until we arrive, or hold on until the reinforcements arrive. As always, we're going to try and take the room. I'm going to sacrifice the main cover to 3-toe. From here, I bet she can take a shot at somebody. So yeah, if she's got a bunch of... Take an aim shot at the Conjurer. If we can kill off the Conjurer from this range, that's what I'll do first. And then you use double points to get around behind those boxes. Maybe I'll deck him into that slot right there. I feel bad about missing that preliminary goal. I don't like it when I miss doors, and that door back there, disappointing. Acid Bolt at a 91%. Let's go ahead and get him acided up. Acidificated. And some of you keep questioning why I haven't been using haste. It's because it takes all of his AP. It takes 2 AP, and so if he moves, he can't use haste. It turns until reinforcements arrive 3. So I guess this is probably going to be an everlasting battle unless I deck in and kind of stop the reinforcements from coming. Luckily, we do hold the back end of the field. What are those, hellhounds? If those get released, that's bad. I can't tell what those... I don't think those are hellhounds. They look a little big to be hellhounds, like maybe basilisks or something. Although I think the basilisks look different from the previous game as well. Eh, worth a shot. Iger's still got another round in the chamber, and so I'm going to give it to that Conjurer. God, he's got a grenade launcher, so that's a little bit upsetting. The Conjurer's going to go first. The Firebolt away, but that was a long shot for any summon. Let's do our snipe rounds first. Let's soften up this guy with the grenade launcher because that's just a factoid that I don't like existing in my overall trivial life. Got a 66%. Let's do the 86 right there. Nah. Bad juju. Let's have Glory take her turn. Down he goes. We've got another guy rushing us over here. And I've just got to make sure that that doesn't happen. Somehow he's got cover. I don't know how he has cover, but he has cover somehow. Taking some 50-50 shots right there. Let's go ahead and get him decked in. What is this? Open specimen containment cells? I'm going to leave it alone. We've cleared out enough guys to where they're not even a threat anymore. So I don't want to release the basilisks. I would have released him if this last turn hadn't gone so well and we had still had like 5 guys here. Definitely that would have flanked him, so they would have been pincered. But as it stands right now, we're in a decent situation, so I don't see any reason to do that. We're going to deck him in. And it looks like he's got everything equipped that we need him to have equipped, so let's get on with it. Smart move. So we've got, these are little gates that teleport you around in case you didn't see these in the first playthrough. What you want to do is you want to step into them. However, that does have the added effect of putting you in a situation where sometimes you get jumped and you're outside of cover. And so in order to, we're going to put a blaster right there. He missed completely, but it actually wasn't that bad of a miss. And I'm going to drop him in right here because they can't jump over these boundaries. They got to go around them. This is a fairly nasty system. This is a lot of ice. We have a job ahead of us. I'm going to... Let's melt one of these bad boys. Because I need them all up out of my grill right now. No luck there. So we're going to take some damage. If we take too many hits right here, we could get decked out. Still got a 96% over there. We've got a 60% right there. That's not worth it, so I'm not going to waste my blaster on that. I was hoping that degrade would be up. But you know what? Instead of just degrading him and calling him names and embarrassing him and making him run back to his house crying. That's right, ice, they live in houses. They live there with their mothers. It's weird. They live in a matrilineal society. I'm just joking right now. There's absolutely nothing about this in the lore. Those are computer programs. They have no souls. I'm going to open up on this guy, although I know my chances are slim at laying him down. 10 damage. We need to put some more points into shotgun on our mage, just so he can fight a little bit better. Or we just need to give him magic spells that he can use with a bit more aptitude. What's going on over here? 50-50? What about with the shoddy? 50? Let's move her into the room. We'll use all of her AP right now to get her into an advantageous position. Over here, because she's got extra AP, we're going to flank. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to bring him down. We are going to take some damage right there, but we have a mage on staff, so it's not a giant concern. It's more of a small concern. It's a mediocre concern. It's a leprechaun-sized concern. I'm going to try and get rid of this guy right here because he's charging, and he does some... I forget what he does when he finishes charging, but it's bad. Like, he increases your alarm level or something. I'm then going to move into this position to get me just a smidgen closer. And we're going to throw out a blaster right there. And with that final AP, we'll try and kill off the remaining white ice. We may be able to shut this bad bitch down before we get the first round of reinforcements. And so there it is. We've locked out the reinforcements. They can't make it in. Our Nova Hot Decker has managed to get it done, all without a all without a can of soy calf, or a cup of soy calf. I probably should have healed right there. I got caught up in the moment. I had the urge to shotgun people, the urge to purge. For to Emperor. Ooh, a double hit right there. Very good. And then with the final round missing. That leaves Iger in a spot where I think I'm going to rush her position. And point blank shotty. Did we get her? Hell yeah, we did. So let's stay jacked in now. The fight should be over. And I want to see what else is here. They've got data control, so we definitely want to hit that data node to make some extra money. We are trying to save up some cash right now to get ourselves escalated in the world, or at least to bring us up a few notches. I'm going to step back behind the palisade right here. I don't see any reason to be out there. And I'm going to lower the security level for now. And now with them closing in on me, we're going to run the same thing that we did before, putting a 99% blaster right at the floor at their feet. If only I could do it twice. If only I could do it twice. It's the only thing I can say, guys. If only I could do it twice. I'm going to try for the 99% right there. And then he's been melted. He may get a hit off on us. Oh, he didn't. Still pretty inaccurate. And then we're going to have everybody reload. I am going to try and move forward and take all the best positions on the battlefield just in case they can get back through the door somehow. I don't think they can, but I'm going to try and take all the best spots. Can't blame a guy for trying. Where's all the full cover at? Well, I might leave her right here. Let's reload all of her firearms, though. In the interest of limiting the amount of fire that I can take here, we'll scooch on in over to there, and we have 1 AP to move really, really far. And my goal in that movement is to get that blaster so that it hits everybody. And there was the chance that we might miss right there, but I was still gonna take a chance on it. I don't remember, was it ABBA that did that song, Take a Chance on Me? Who did that song? I can't remember. It's gonna bother me. It's gotta be like... I don't know. I don't know old songs. That's one of my big weaknesses. Like, there is the occasional old song that I'll be like, yeah, but that whole generational thing where it's like, let's relive the 70s and 60s with regards to music, I was like, nah, I'm good. I think I've heard Stairway to Heaven about 5 trillion times too many times. I mean, I never get tired of Rush. I can listen to Rush all day long, every single day, and I can listen... I think there's select bands from old music that I can listen to over and over and over again. So there's like Rush, there's Foreigner, there's AC/DC. Like, it has to rock, basically. It can't just be like, oh, let's play a bunch of abstract stuff that... Can't do it. I simply cannot do it. We can summon a spirit from over there. Those doors are locked. But anyway, as I was saying, let's just skip turns and allow him to get to the pay data node. Chemical research data. Now, I don't recall if we needed that for anything in particular. Project data on some sort of chemical research project that you pulled from the Shearing Pharma AG lab that you hit. It's probably worth something to the right buyer. Hell yeah, let's make ourselves some cash then. Let's jack the hell on out of here before the entire security node falls down on us. I think we can make it. In one turn, we can surpass an entire system. He is quite a good decker. I like him a lot better than Dodger, who we had in the previous game. Dodger is supposed to be like a world-class decker. In the previous game, he was absolutely terrible. From the description that your client gave you, this must be your target, the rigger Thorvald Enstad. You can see him waving and pounding on the plastic of his cell door, but from where you're standing, the scene is eerily silent. He looks like he's had a rough go of things. One of his eyes has been blackened and his lower lip is split wide open. Not particularly surprising given the temperament of his captors. The only incongruous element is his outfit. He's decked out, head to toe, in patched black riding leathers. A pair of oversized, studded combat boots shine in the halogen glare of the cell's lighting panels. I'm sorry. I think my dyslexia is just... it's rocking me today. It's just absolutely tearing me up. From his style of dress, it's obvious that this dwarf is not a corporate employee. He's a Shadowrunner. Iger sighs. I always hate having to kill one of our own. Still, the job's the job. Yes, it is. All the same, it feels like we're on the wrong side of this one. She shrugs. Not our call, not anymore. We took the run. We have to follow through. Well, I mean, we could back out and just fight whoever's coming up against us. How do we make with the slaying? Do we open the door? Do we gas him or something? It's not the door's open. I bet he's going to offer us some contract that's going to pay way more money. The door slides open and the stench of stale sweat assaults your nostrils. Enstad steps forward, his bloody lips curled into a smile. The soles of his boots squeak on the polished tile floor. Free at last, thank Christ. His smile widens into a sickly grin. Tar-stained teeth shine wetly in the light. Didn't think I'd warrant a rescue. Whoever sent you, thank him for me. Afraid you're wrong about that. I was sent here to tie up loose ends, namely you. His eyes go wide. He raises his trembling hands in surrender. Whoa there, Chief. I don't know what your client told you. He told us enough. Did he? Did he tell you that we did exactly what he told us to? Did he tell you that it was his bad intel that got me hung out to dry like this? Sounds familiar. Please, hear me out. I promise I'll make it worth your while if you do. Couldn't hurt to hear what he has to say. It doesn't matter what excuse he feeds us. Nothing can change what we have to do. A contract's a contract, Three-Toe. His hands clasp in front of him in a sign of supplication. You can see the terror in his eyes. You'll make it worth my while, huh? Tell me more. He wets his lips with his thick, pale tongue and clears his throat. Okay, I'm a rigger, right? Your client probably told you that already, but I'm also an inventor, a trained engineer. Fuchs probably didn't mention that, did he? Go on. I've got a little toy hidden away, managed to stash it before those knight-errant pukes took me. My own design, totally one of a kind. I call it a pain inducer. Grade A fun for the runner who has everything, and I guarantee you'll never find another. You let me live and it's all yours. I'll put a fucking ribbon on it for you, then I'll disappear and never bother any of you ever again. Scout's honor. Even if we'd consider going off mission, she shoots you a significant glance, which we wouldn't. She turns back to Enstad, staring him down. Did you honestly think that we'd sacrifice our professional integrity and a 15,000 new yen payday for a trinket? He nods slowly, huh? 15, huh? I can match that. You let me live and I'll pay you your wage, plus the inducer. Hell, you could even tell your client I'm dead and bill him too and double your earnings. What do you think about that? Hell yeah, let's do it. Deal, let's get you out of here. You won't regret it, friend, I promise. Iger holds her tongue, but her body language speaks volumes. Tight lips, rigid pose, slight color in her pale cheeks. You've seen it before. She's furious. We're getting paid double what we would have before. I'm more terrified about what this Nova Hot, top-level executive info finder, this lady that's got all the info in the world, I'm more scared about what she can throw at me than whoever hired us for this. I mean, if they're only paying 15, this lady wanted 15,000. Just going based on what the job is worth, I'd rather pay her off first with more money and then we'll deal with whoever comes down the pipe. Not a big deal. I'm greedy like that too. I have no problem. When it comes to Shadowrun, I'm not a greedy person naturally, but in Shadowrun, I definitely play to the cause like I am a Shadowrunner. If you're gonna pay me a bit more money, I always go with the higher paying bid. Enstad slows to a stop at the window. His eyes are locked on the stack of corpses piled up on the cell floor. My old team. Sorry, sons of bitches. Bet they never thought I'd be the last man standing. Why not? I'm usually right in the thick of the action, easy to get shot under those circumstances. If I hadn't been downstairs when KE smashed in, I'd be in that pile with him. Funny, in my experiences, riggers usually stay away from the thick of combat. They tend to use their drones for that. Well, I ain't that kind of rigger. Drones ain't my thing so much. So you're a getaway driver? Blitz shoots the rigger a sidelong glance. Vehicle riggers are even less likely to be found on the front lines. Nah, I'm a spider. My specialty is taking over building systems. To do that, I need a data tap, and to do that, I need to charge on in with the rest of them. Don't deckers normally handle that sort of thing? He chuckles. Yeah, often they do. They don't do it well, mind you, but they do. Deckers can manage a building, sure, but when I rig into a security system, I become the building. Anything hardwired into the system becomes a part of me. Turrets, doors, elevators, you name it. And then he rubs his hands together excitedly. It's time to get creative. I think we might have seen some signs of your creativity on the way up here. He shrugs. Might have. Can't say one way or the other until you show me what you're talking about. Anyways, we should probably get moving, don't you think? I don't really want to be here when those knight-errant bastards show up. God, I think I'm going to break the episode off right here. I don't think, well, we might get hit with some reinforcements. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here in the Nerd Castle for another episode of Shadowrun Dragonfall. I apologize for my stammering in this episode. Sometimes my reading abilities are kind of tied up by the fact that the letters move around a bit on me. It's worse on some days than others, one thing that I've noticed, and today seems to be a bad day. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and take care in the shadows, chummers.